Hi, Terry Jenkins, founder and CEO of ETAC Inc. or USVeteranJobs.com. Just sitting outside today. I just got off the phone with a veteran, and I just thought maybe I'll just take the time to do a couple quick snapshot videos and just have a conversation that potentially everybody can benefit from that we try to have with the veterans here in our program. So this one I want to talk about culture. As a vet, are you underestimating the impact of what boot camp did to you? So many veterans I see, you get out, you're really worried about, your skills and your education and all these things. And yet what you don't realize is the thing that's probably stopping you the most from getting your next opportunity making a transition is you've underestimated how good Uncle Sam is at boot camp. Um, at a very critical point in your life, you're 18, 19 years old, you're very prone to be influenced. They sat down and put you through maybe one of the world's most effective behavior modification programs that's out there. There's a reason why boot camp style training hasn't changed in thousands of years with militaries all around the world, because it works. You'll notice that you had to go through things where they taught you how to walk and talk and eat and sleep and fold your shirts and your socks. And we go to the same doctors. We live in the same houses. Some of us drive the same looking cars and trucks and marry the same. It looks like our wives are all coming from the same family, a bunch of twins. The reason that is important and they do that is because they want uniformity. They want to minimize your personality and your individuality, and they want to replace that with uniformity because they need everybody marching to the same step, essentially, during a combat mission. Unfortunately, that's given you a lot of self-discipline and things like this, but when you come out in the real world, it's also a big disadvantage. What do you need to do in order to be, go through a successful transition and be a corporate citizen, to say? You've got to learn a new culture. You're going into a new country, a new world, and you have no idea what the language is, what the behaviors, things like that. I always use the analogy of, in America, if you get to a four-way intersection, you're trying to wave somebody forward, and you say, "Hey, that's A-OK." You go do that in Germany, and you might be arrested because it doesn't mean A-OK in Germany. It's something very bad. So that's just the same symbol. Two different worlds means two different things. We've all been there. Somebody's dating a girl off base and bring her on base. Reveille goes off, retreat, and everybody stands up, goes at attention, and she's sitting in the bleachers, kind of looking around. We all feel a bit of anxiety because we know, the gunny or the sergeant major is going to jump out of the bushes any moment and just bite her head off. You need to understand that that's how you look in the corporate world. You need to get yourself around good people, mentors, a good support system, people that can help you learn this new culture. You need to become an exchange student of sorts. So understanding how big impact that culture can have on you, not understanding the language, the behaviors, the mannerisms, what does a red tie mean? What does a blue tie mean? How does that affect you? Where do you sit in a conference room? How do you deal with politics? How do you deal with, job security? You are walking in the new guy in this conversation. You absolutely don't even understand what business casual means when you walk in because your uniform and everything you've done has always been the same. So just take that as food for thought. This is definitely something we work on in our program to make sure people understand the culture. We don't just do training. We're centered around IT, and certainly skills and things that you need in that are important. But if you don't get this right, it's not going to matter because you'll never be able to connect to the employers that you want to hire you. For those employers out there, understand that this is a big, big disadvantage to vets because they don't know how to sell themselves. Give them a chance. Maybe talk through the conversations. Change your interview behaviors a little bit. Ask them to explain things. The skills that you want from these guys are there. They just don't understand how to bring them out because, they have maybe the best written resume in the world. Unfortunately, they're advertising their billboard in downtown, San Antonio, Texas, and they've written the whole billboard in Korean. So maybe as an employer, you pull it out a little bit more. Get them to talk about what's going on. Get them to talk about that, what they've done in the past, in a way that you can look for these characteristics. You're probably going to have to pull them out. For those veterans, find somebody like us. If it's not us, find somebody else that's going to coach you through that.